The art of letting go. We spend so much of our lives trying to hold on to people, to plans, to control. We believe that if we can manage everything perfectly, maybe pain won't find us. But the truth is, the tighter we hold, the more we lose ourselves. What if real strength isn't in holding on, but in learning to let go? This audiobook isn't about giving up, it's about waking up. It's about learning how to release the weight you've been carrying for too long, the expectations, the fears, the constant need to control every outcome. The art of letting go will guide you through the process of emotional freedom, how to stop fighting with life and start flowing with it. Each chapter takes you a little deeper into understanding that peace doesn't come from control, it comes from surrender. By the end of this journey, you won't just understand what letting go means, you'll feel it. You'll feel lighter, freer, and finally connected to the calm that's been waiting inside you all along. Chapter 1. Letting Go of Control. We spend so much of our energy trying to keep life under control, the schedules, the plans, the people, even the way we want to feel. We believe that if we can just manage everything perfectly, maybe pain won't find us. But deep down, we all know life was never meant to be controlled. It was meant to be lived. Every day we chase certainty. We check our phones for answers, plan the future down to the last detail, and hold on tightly to people who were only meant to walk with us for a while. We tell ourselves that control keeps us safe, but in reality, it keeps us stuck. Because control is built on fear. Fear of loss, fear of chaos, fear of not being enough. When we try to control every situation, we start fighting against life itself. We resist change, we avoid growth, and we silence the quiet voice inside that whispers, "Let it be." And the more we fight, the more we become exhausted, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Letting go of control is not weakness. It's courage. It's choosing to trust when you don't know what's next. It's allowing space for life to surprise you, even when you don't have all the answers. So breathe. Slow down. Remind yourself that the need to control everything comes from fear, and fear cannot coexist with peace. Choose peace instead. When you learn to let go of control, you open the door to clarity. You start hearing your intuition again. You begin to notice how life gently guides you toward what's meant for you. And maybe that's the secret we've all been missing, that letting go doesn't mean losing control. It means finally realizing you never needed it to be free. Chapter 2. But even when we learn to release control, something still holds us back. A quiet voice that whispers, "What if I fail? What if I get hurt again?" That voice has a name. It's fear. And in the next chapter, we'll uncover how fear disguises itself as logic and how to finally break free from it once and for all. Chapter 2. Letting Go of Fear. Fear. It's invisible, but it shapes everything. It whispers when we dream, it shouts when we try to change, and it lives quietly inside every "what if" that holds us back. We often think fear protects us, that it keeps us from danger. But most of the time, fear doesn't protect us, it prevents us from living. It tells us to play small, to stay safe, to wait until we feel ready. But the truth is, you'll never feel ready. You'll only feel afraid until you move anyway. Fear is clever. It wears many faces: overthinking, doubt, hesitation, procrastination. It hides behind logic. It's not the right time. What if I fail? What will people say? But beneath every excuse, there's the same truth. You are scared of what could happen if you fully step into who you are. Letting go of fear doesn't mean you'll stop feeling afraid. It means you'll stop letting fear make your choices. It means you'll hear the fear, acknowledge it, but still move forward. Because courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision that something else matters more. Close your eyes for a moment. Think of one thing you've always wanted to do, something your heart whispers every now and then. Now listen closely to what your mind says right after that thought. That voice of doubt, that's fear pretending to protect you, but it's only protecting the version of you that's scared to grow. Fear's power lives in silence. The more you avoid it, the stronger it becomes. But the moment you face it, when you speak its name, when you walk toward it instead of running away, it starts to lose its grip. Because you realize fear was never the enemy. It was a mirror showing you where your soul still wants to grow. When you let go of fear, you reclaim your freedom. You start living boldly, speaking truthfully, and choosing faith over doubt. You stop asking, "What if I fail?" and start asking, "What if it works?" And yes, sometimes it won't work. Sometimes you'll fall. But even then, you'll discover something incredible. That falling isn't the opposite of flying. It's how you learn to rise. So don't wait for fear to disappear. Walk beside it, hand in hand, and keep moving anyway. Because beyond the walls of fear lies everything you've been praying for.
Chapter 3. But fear isn't the only thing that keeps us chained. Sometimes it's the weight of the past, the regrets, the guilt, the moments we replay over and over again. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to release what's behind you so you can finally step fully into what's ahead. Chapter 3. Letting go of the past. The past has a strange way of following us. Even when we move forward, it lingers in our thoughts, our habits, our fears. It whispers through old memories, replaying the moments we wish we could erase. We carry it everywhere, the heartbreaks, the mistakes, the missed chances. We carry them like invisible weights, convincing ourselves that holding on somehow gives them meaning. But in truth, the past doesn't need to be carried. It only needs to be understood and released. Every time you revisit an old wound, you reopen it. Every time you replay a painful memory, you relive it. And every time you tell yourself, "I should have known better," you chain yourself to a version of you that no longer exists. Letting go of the past isn't about forgetting what happened. It's about forgiving yourself for not knowing then what you know now. You were doing your best with the awareness you had. That's not weakness. That's humanity. Sometimes we think holding on will fix things, that if we just keep thinking about it, we'll finally understand why it happened. But understanding doesn't come from holding tighter. It comes from letting go. Because healing begins the moment you stop trying to change the story and start accepting it as part of your becoming. The truth is, you can't start a new chapter if you're still reading the last one. Every time you look backward, you take your eyes off what's ahead. And the longer you stare at the closed door, the more you'll miss the open one right in front of you. Your past was a classroom, not a prison. It taught you what you needed to know, who you are, what you deserve, what you'll never accept again. And now it's time to walk out of that classroom and into your new life. So take a deep breath. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. Not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve freedom. There's a reason your windshield is bigger than your rearview mirror, because what's ahead matters far more than what's behind. Let your scars remind you of your strength, not your suffering. Let the past be a story you've learned from, not a cage you live in. And when the memories come, as they will, don't run from them. Smile and say, "Thank you for teaching me." Then let them go. Because the moment you stop dragging yesterday into today, you finally make space for tomorrow to arrive.
Chapter 4. But even after we free ourselves from the past, we still face something harder,
the noise inside our own mind, the overthinking, the self-doubt, the endless inner war. In the next chapter, we'll learn how to silence that noise and discover the calm that was always waiting beneath it. Chapter 4. Letting go of overthinking. The mind can be a beautiful place or a battlefield. Most of us spend our lives trapped inside our own thoughts, replaying the past, predicting the future, and questioning every single decision we've ever made. Overthinking feels like control. We tell ourselves that if we just think a little more, analyze a little deeper, we'll finally find the perfect answer. But the truth is, the more we think, the less we live. Because overthinking isn't clarity, it's chaos, wearing a disguise. It begins quietly, a small doubt, a single what if. But that what if multiplies until it becomes a storm. Suddenly, your mind is full of voices that won't stop talking. Every path feels wrong, every choice feels risky, and peace feels impossible. Here's what most people never realize. Overthinking is not a problem of the mind. It's a problem of trust. It's the refusal to trust yourself, your intuition, your timing, your own story. And when you don't trust yourself, your mind fills the silence with noise. You can't silence that noise by fighting it. That only feeds it. You quiet it by returning to the present moment. Because the mind can only spiral when it leaves now. You overthink the past because you can't change it. You overthink the future because you can't control it. But now, this breath, this heartbeat, this single second is always safe. So pause. Feel the air move in and out of your lungs. Notice the ground beneath your feet. In this exact moment, there is nothing to fix, nothing to fear, nothing to prove. Overthinking feeds on fear, but awareness starves it. When you catch yourself spinning in thoughts, say to yourself, I don't need to figure everything out right now. Repeat that as many times as it takes, because clarity doesn't come from thinking harder, it comes from feeling calmer. Letting go of overthinking doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop torturing yourself with questions that have no answers. It means you start trusting that even if you take the wrong turn, you can still find your way back. Peace doesn't come when the storm ends. It comes when you stop trying to control the wind. And sometimes, the most powerful decision you can make is to simply breathe and say, I'll let life unfold. When you do that, when you step out of your head and into your heart, you'll realize the mind was never the enemy. It just needed rest. Chapter 5. But even when the mind becomes quiet, there's another layer we must face. The world around us, its noise, its pressure, its constant demand to be more, do more, achieve more. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to let go of external expectations and learn to live for yourself, not for the approval of others. Chapter 5. From the moment we're born, the world starts whispering in our ears who we should be, what we should want, how we should live. We grow up chasing a picture painted by others: success, perfection, approval. We measure our worth by how closely our life matches the image in someone else's mind. And when it doesn't, we feel like failures. But here's the truth. Expectations are invisible prisons. They look harmless at first, like motivation or ambition, but over time, they trap you in a life that doesn't feel like your own. You study the career others wanted for you. You chase the body the world calls beautiful. You fight for the approval of people who don't even notice you're bleeding for it. And slowly, without realizing, you forget how to live for you. Letting go of expectations doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop living to please the audience and start living to honor the author, you. It means you stop chasing perfect moments and start creating real ones. Think about it. How much of your pain comes not from what is, but from what you thought should be? The relationship that didn't last, the job that didn't work out, the dream that didn't arrive on your timeline. Expectations are often the reason peace feels so far away, because they demand that life follow your script. But life has its own rhythm, its own timing, its own lessons. And when you let go of how things should be, you begin to see the beauty in how things are. The truth is, no one owes you the version of life you imagined. Not your parents, not your partner, not the universe. But life does owe you something deeper. The chance to grow, to learn, to evolve into your highest self. So instead of expecting, start accepting. Instead of forcing, start flowing. Instead of asking, why isn't it like this? Ask, what is this trying to teach me? When you release expectations,
disappointment fades, and gratitude takes its place. You stop fighting reality and start dancing with it. You stop demanding perfection and start embracing presence. And that's where peace lives, not in the life you imagined, but in the life you're learning to love. Chapter 6. But even when we let go of what the world expects, there's still one more voice that can hold us back, our own. That quiet self-criticism that never stops whispering, "You're not enough." In the next chapter, we'll discover how to silence that voice and finally learn the art of self-acceptance.
Chapter 6. Letting go of self-judgment. We talk about forgiveness all the time, forgiving others, letting go of pain, moving on. But the hardest person to forgive is usually the one staring back at you in the mirror. We all carry an inner critic, that quiet, relentless voice that tells you you're not enough, not smart enough, not strong enough, not successful enough. It keeps a list of your failures, your flaws, your regrets, and reads it back to you every time you try to move forward. For years, we mistake that voice for truth. But it's not truth, it's conditioning. It's every comparison you've ever made, every cruel word you believed, every standard that was never yours to meet. The voice of judgment was never born inside you. It was taught, and what is taught can be unlearned. You see, self-acceptance isn't about pretending to be perfect. It's about being brave enough to show up even when you're not. It's realizing that your mistakes don't define you, they refine you. Every scar on your heart is proof that you tried, that you cared, that you lived. Letting go of self-judgment begins when you decide to speak to yourself with the same kindness you offer to others. When you catch that voice whispering, "You're not good enough," stop and ask, "Would I say that to someone I love?" If the answer is no, then don't say it to yourself. You deserve to be on your own side. You deserve to be proud of how far you've come, even if you're not yet where you want to be, because healing isn't linear. It's messy, it's slow, it's human, and the fact that you're still trying means you're already winning. Perfection was never the goal. Presence is. Peace is. Learning to sit with your flaws without shame is the beginning of true self-love. When you finally stop fighting yourself, life begins to soften. You start moving from survival to serenity. You realize that being whole was never about being flawless. It was about being honest. So take a breath. Release the weight of all those impossible standards. You don't have to earn your worth. You only have to remember it. You are not broken. You are becoming. Chapter 7. But once you begin to accept yourself, something powerful happens. You start to see your relationships differently. Because the way you treat yourself shapes the way you connect with others. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to let go of toxic attachments and build connections that truly honor your peace. Chapter 7. Letting go of toxic relationships. Some of the hardest goodbyes aren't to people we hate. They're to people we love, but who no longer help us grow. We stay, even when it hurts. We tell ourselves they'll change, that maybe it's our fault, that love means holding on no matter what. But the truth is, sometimes holding on isn't love. It's fear. Fear of being alone. Fear of starting over. Fear that we'll never find something better. But here's what we forget. Staying in places that drain your soul doesn't prove your loyalty. It only proves you're willing to abandon yourself for others. Toxic relationships aren't always loud or obvious. Sometimes they look like emotional manipulation disguised as love. Sometimes they sound like constant criticism hidden behind just being honest. And sometimes they feel like walking on eggshells, never knowing when peace will shatter again. We justify the pain because of history. We tell ourselves, they've been there for me before. But history doesn't equal harmony. You can honor what someone meant to you and still recognize they no longer deserve a seat at your table. Letting go of toxic relationships is not cruelty, it's clarity. It's finally understanding that love without respect isn't love at all. It's realizing that peace is more valuable than attention, and that the people meant for you will never require you to shrink to be loved. The healing begins when you stop begging for the bare minimum, when you stop confusing attachment with connection, when you start choosing yourself the way you always chose them. Yes, it hurts to walk away,
But what hurts more is staying where your soul slowly dies. You owe it to yourself to create space, not just for better people, but for a better version of you. When you let go of what's toxic, you make room for what's true. You begin attracting energy that feels like peace, not confusion. You start finding people who don't drain your light, they protect it. So stop reopening doors that lead to the same kind of pain. Stop returning to the people you had to heal from. You can love someone and still let them go. Because sometimes closure isn't about getting an apology. It's about finally accepting that you deserve more. Chapter 8. But once we let go of toxic connections, we face a new challenge: the silence, the emptiness, the loneliness, the question, who am I without them? In the next chapter, we'll explore how to find strength in solitude and why being alone might be the most powerful step in your healing journey.
Chapter 8. The Power of Being Alone. We fear loneliness more than almost anything. We treat silence like an enemy and solitude like a punishment. But what if being alone isn't emptiness? What if it's evolution? Most people run from their own company because they've never learned how to be safe within it. They fill the silence with noise, scrolling, talking, chasing, anything to avoid hearing their own thoughts. But in truth, the moments you spend alone are the ones that shape you the most. Being alone isn't about isolation, it's about alignment. It's about coming home to yourself after a lifetime of abandoning who you really are just to feel seen. When you finally sit in your own presence, without distractions, without validation, without needing anyone to fill the silence, you start hearing your inner voice again. And that voice, it's not broken. It's just been buried beneath years of noise, expectation, and comparison. Loneliness often feels like emptiness, but that emptiness is really just space for something new to grow. It's the void before rebirth, the pause before transformation. There's power in that stillness, because in solitude, you rediscover your identity, not the version built to please others, but the one that breathes when no one's watching. You start to realize that peace isn't found in people, it's found in presence, and that love isn't something you find outside, it begins within. The more comfortable you become in your own company, the less you'll settle for relationships that make you feel unseen, because you'll know your own worth, even in silence. So if you find yourself alone right now, don't rush to escape it. Let it shape you. Let it teach you who you are when the world goes quiet. Because the person you become in solitude is the foundation for every version of you that follows. Remember, solitude is not punishment, it's preparation. It's where you rebuild your strength, renew your clarity, and realign your purpose. It's where you stop searching for love and start becoming it. Chapter 10. But once we grow strong in solitude, another test arrives. The world returns with its distractions, noise, and endless demands. How do we protect our peace when everything around us tries to steal it? In the next chapter, we'll uncover how to let go of chaos and build unshakable inner calm no matter what's happening outside. Chapter 9. Letting go of chaos, finding inner peace. The world never stops moving. Messages, deadlines, noise, expectations, it all comes crashing in like an endless wave. And in that wave, peace often feels like a distant dream. But here's the truth. Chaos isn't just around us, it's within us. And until you learn to calm the storm inside, it won't matter how quiet your surroundings become. Peace isn't found in perfect circumstances. It's found in your ability to stay still, even when life is not. It's when you can breathe through the noise instead of becoming it. We spend so much time chasing peace outside, through vacations, distractions, or temporary escapes, but real peace built on escape will always fade, because real peace doesn't come from running away. It comes from choosing stillness in the middle of the noise. Think of the ocean. The surface may be wild with waves, but deep beneath, it's always calm. That depth, that stillness, lives within you too. You just have to learn how to return to it. How?
by letting go of what you can't control, by releasing the constant need to respond to every chaos that calls your name. Not every battle is yours to fight. Not every storm deserves your energy. Inner peace is built moment by moment in the way you choose silence over reaction, gratitude over complaint, faith over fear. It's not that chaos disappears, it's that you stop letting it define you. You start responding instead of reacting. You stop being a prisoner of circumstance and become the creator of calm. Remember this, peace is not a place you go. It's a practice you grow. It's the art of returning again and again to yourself. So the next time life feels heavy, close your eyes, breathe, and whisper to yourself, right now, I'm safe. Right now, I'm here. You'll be amazed at how quickly the noise fades when you choose presence over panic. Because in the end, peace isn't about escaping life. It's about finally being awake within it. Chapter 10. But once we find peace inside, a new question arises. How do we move forward? How do we create a future aligned with who we've become, not who we used to be? In the next chapter, we'll explore how to let go of resistance and step boldly into the flow of life itself. Chapter 10. Letting go of resistance, flowing with real life. We spend so much of our lives fighting with reality, arguing with what's already happened, wishing things were different, trying to control what was never ours to control. But resistance is like trying to hold your breath underwater. You can't do it for long before life itself forces you to rise. Every moment you resist what is, you create tension. And that tension turns into stress, anxiety, and exhaustion. Because deep down, you're fighting against the flow of life, against change, against truth, against time. Letting go of resistance doesn't mean you give up. It means you give in, not to weakness, but to wisdom. It's the understanding that life is not happening to you, it's happening for you. When you surrender the need to control every detail, you allow something greater to guide you. Intuition, timing, destiny, grace. You begin to see how even the detours had purpose, how even the delays were protecting you, and how even the heartbreaks were shaping you. You realize that peace isn't found in forcing outcomes, it comes from trusting the process. Flowing with life means moving with awareness, not resistance. It means allowing space for uncertainty and choosing to dance with it instead of fighting it. It means saying, maybe I don't have all the answers right now, but I trust that I'm exactly where I need to be. Because when you stop pushing against the current, you start gliding toward the life that was meant for you all along. You begin to attract people and experiences that align with your energy. You stop chasing and you start receiving. You stop surviving and you start living. And that's where true freedom begins. Not when everything goes your way, but when you stop needing it to. Letting go isn't losing control. It's gaining connection with something deeper. Your purpose, your peace, your power. Conclusion. The art of letting go. You've reached the end of this journey, but in truth, it's only the beginning. Each chapter was never about losing things, it was about finding yourself. You learned to release control, fear, the past, and overthinking. You discovered how to quiet the noise, forgive yourself, embrace solitude, and protect your peace. You've begun to understand that life isn't a problem to be solved, it's an experience to be lived. Letting go isn't something you do once, it's a daily practice. It's how you walk through life, open, curious, unafraid. Because when you stop clinging to what's gone, your hands become free to receive what's coming. So don't chase what left. Don't fear what's next. Just breathe and flow. The universe always meets you where you finally stop fighting it. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming. And that's the most beautiful part of your story. To-do list, your daily practice of letting go. Morning Mind Reset. Start each day with one deep breath and the words, "Today I allow life to flow through me, not against me." The pause practice. Whenever you feel stressed or uncertain, pause before reacting. Ask yourself, is this something I can control? If not, release it. Evening reflection. Before sleeping, write down one thing you released today, a thought, a worry, or a regret. Silence routine. Spend 10 minutes daily without music, screens, or talking. Just breathe. Let the silence speak. Gratitude shift. Each time something doesn't go your way, say, maybe this is redirecting me to something better. Boundaries for peace. Protect your energy like it's sacred, because it is. Don't explain your peace to those who profit from your chaos. Trust the unseen. Remind yourself, everything is unfolding exactly as it should, even if I don't understand it yet. Final message. If this journey touched your heart, if even one chapter helped you breathe a little deeper, see yourself a little clearer, or let go a little lighter, then this isn't goodbye, it's a beginning. Every story we share here is about transformation, about reprogramming the mind, healing the heart, and remembering the power that's already within you. So if you're ready to keep growing, to keep expanding, and to keep unlocking the next version of yourself, subscribe to this channel, because your evolution doesn't end here, it starts here. Together we'll keep learning, keep healing, and keep becoming unstoppable. One truth, one breath, one chapter at a time.